And welcome to the Hot Seat of College Football Show. I am Trent, your host, as today I wanted to talk who do I think is going to win the Big Ten Championship coming into this up-and-coming year of college football. Let's talk about it. Alright, so before we get into this video, you guys all know the drill. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my videos. We just got to 270, trying to get to 300 before the beginning of summer and the end of the school year. We are 28 subscribers away. We got around a month and a half to get there. I know we can do it. Also, hit the like button if you enjoyed today's show. And before you tune out, I just want to make an announcement. We are going to be doing the annual. It's going to be annual. Maybe we'll do more than annual. Maybe every couple of months. But the hot seat debate off, as one fan from each fan base will participate in a playoff style tournament where they'll debate with another fan from a different fan base. Each game will have a separate individual video where you will get to be on. If you want to plug your own stuff, if you want to plug whatever, if you're an up-and-coming channel, awesome. I would love to see more channels grow on YouTube, and you get to be in your own video. And if you win, we're gonna have I'm gonna be judging, and I'll hopefully get a couple other creators to join in to help judge whoever wins the round. If you move on, whoever wins will go to the championship and will win $100 and maybe even a trophy. So if you are interested, let me know if you are interested for the debate off in the comments. Let me know your name and what team you want to be representing, and then I'll give you my email. We'll take it to the email. We'll give out personal information, and we'll interview to see if you get selected for the debate off. So if you are interested in the hot seat debate off, please let me know down in the comments, because this is going to be the most ambitious project in the channel, and eventually we can grow this. It'll be the most ambitious project in college football YouTube history. So if you want to help make history, let me know down in the comments. You'll get to be in a video too. You get to talk to me, get to be in your own video. It'll be awesome. So I'm trying to get as many people to do it. So if you want to do it, please let me know down in the comments, any fan base. So yeah. So for this video, I wanted to talk about the Big Ten Championship this up and coming year, and kind of talk a little bit, our Big Ten Championship, kind of if it's a necessary game, does it actually matter, and kind of who I think is going to win. So obviously I went to the Big Ten Championship last year, this past year. It was really cool. I will say I'm probably not going to go back. And for anyone who's on the fence of going, I'm not saying it's bad. It's a drive away. It's a neutral site. I'd rather go to a home playoff game. It's really expensive, but it was my first time ever being in an NFL stadium. It's cool. It's warm. You actually have room. They're comfortable seats. It was really cool. It's an experience that I definitely don't regret, even though we lost and it was a bad. It wasn't a bad loss, but it was definitely it wasn't a great. Ohio State did not play well at all. They played really bad that game. So, but either way, it was really cool to see. It was my first one versus. I get to say I went to a number 1 versus number 2 game of the century. Not many people can say that, so that was cool. But for this up and coming year, who do I think is going to win it? Do I think it's going to be, can Indiana repeat? Can Michigan? I mean, they won 3 in a row. Even though they played garbage teams, they won 3 in a row, and everyone kind of did that up until Indiana and Oregon. Oregon won it 2 years ago. So who do I think is going to win this year? I'll try to make a case for the best teams. We'll talk about odds. Actually, I'll talk about the odds right now. Let me bring it up. So these are the top 10 odds for the Big Ten. Who's going to win the Big Ten this up and coming year? We'll start off at number 1. Ohio State is number 1. They're usually number 1 every single year, maybe except for a couple of the Michigan years. But I mean, I think Ohio State actually probably still was the favorite. I mean, they might have been the favorite 9 years in a row, and they've not won it since 2020. So that's definitely something Ohio State needs to get back in the win column, especially after how they played last year, where they 100% should have won that game. But anyway, Ohio State is in, I think, at plus 190. So no one's favored to win. Obviously, no one's going to be favored, but Ohio State is the betting favorite. And please don't bet any money, but I'm just trying to show you the odds of what everyone else thinks. Indiana 2, obviously they won it last year. I'm surprised they're above Oregon. We got Oregon at 3. And then Michigan at 4. I'm super surprised because of how hard that schedule is. I would not actually think people would think Michigan would get there, let alone win it. USC at 5. I am shocked that USC is behind Michigan. Penn State 6. Okay, Washington 7. Iowa 8. Iowa is not going to have a great quarterback. Wisconsin 9. That's you would have usually thought Wisconsin would be the bottom of the barrel. And yes, being at 9, you're at the top half. So it's not a great achievement, but I mean, you're above teams. I mean, there's Northwestern with Aiden Childs, Michigan State. I know it's not going to be great, but they have a good coach this year. You're above UCLA, who has a good quarterback. You're above, I'm trying to think, Maryland, who has a good quarterback. So, I mean, Wisconsin is actually above a lot of good teams you would actually think would be higher than them. So good for them. And then you have UCLA at 10, who I think is going to be a dark horse this up and coming year. Which, I mean, I think they're going to go 8-4, but I definitely think that UCLA is going to be, I mean, people think UCLA is going to go like 6-6. I think UCLA is going to beat somebody. UCLA is going to upset somebody. 2 years ago or 3 years ago is USC. This past year was Penn State. Who can it be this year? I don't know. Well, you'll know if I want to do my schedule prediction videos after the spring game for Ohio State. But that's the top 10. Yeah, a couple interesting things. Oregon below Indiana. It's a little bit odd, but Michigan's really high. I don't understand that at all. But I mean, really, it's Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon. Huge gap than the rest. I would have thought UCLA would have actually been like a good favorite. But either way, so Ohio State, obviously they're returning Julian Sand, Jeremiah Smith, Bo Jackson. I mean, they're one of the most talented teams in the country. And if you watched my national title odds that came out earlier today, Ohio State is actually the betting favorite to win the national championship for the second or third year in a row. They're in the top 2. So it definitely makes sense that they would be number 1. Indiana at number 2. I think they have the 4th or 5th best odds to win the national title, and they have the 2nd best odds to win the Big Ten. Obviously, they are returning their quarterback, Josh Hoover. If I'm going to be honest, Indiana is not winning the Big Ten. I don't think maybe they could get there. They have a kind of an easy schedule. They play really only 4 games. They have Ohio State at home, then at Michigan, bye week. They have another game, then a bye week, then I think at USC, and then USC at home, then at Washington. So they do have kind of like a 4, 5, 6 week stretch where, okay, that's a really tough part of the schedule, but heading into the year, it's really easy. They'll have time to warm up and get used to the roster and what the team excels at, and then at the end of the year, they have cakewalks with Purdue and whatever slop is else in the Big Ten. But I don't know. I'm not high on Indiana. I haven't been high on Indiana. I've got a lot of flack from Indiana fans, and I will say, Indiana fans, y'all have been nasty to me. You have been really nasty to me. So, since you guys are so passionate, instead of yelling at me, do you know what you should do? You should yell at someone else's fan base in the debate off. Everyone sign up for the debate off. We'll be doing our selections once we fill out everyone who's going to be participating. Let's do the debate off, trying to make history. Anyway, trying to self-plug. But Oregon at 3, I would have maybe thought that Oregon would have been number 1 just because they won it 2 years ago. Ohio State has not won it in forever, 5, 6 years or whatever. And Oregon, they're returning their quarterback, Dante Moore. They're returning DeCorian Moore, their wide receiver. They're returning Hill. They are back. They're returning their second back. They're also returning a lot on the defense with Mateo Uyunglele. They're returning most of that front 7, which is great. You are replacing Dylan Thieneman. That will be tough. McClendon, you're replacing, also kind of a tough loss. But you're returning your center, and you're replacing both coordinators. That's not great, but you still have Dan Lanning, and Dan Lanning is a great coach up until he plays the team that's going to win the national championship where he gets blown up by 20. But, maybe that's Oregon. Maybe Oregon wins the national championship this year, and they're not going to get blown up by 20 in the playoffs. Michigan at 4, and Michigan. I don't even know what to say. I don't know who invited you in the club because you're going 7-5 this up and coming year. I mean, Oklahoma's a non-conference game, so if you lose to them, it's not going to affect you going to the Big Ten. But even in conference, you open up Big Ten play at Iowa and then at Minnesota. You have struggled. Iowa's a tough team. Even they're not going to have a great quarterback. They're a tough team. And then at Minnesota, you've struggled with Minnesota. Penn State, you have a bye week. Then Penn State. Okay, tough. Then the week after that, Indiana, reigning national champions. Then at Rutgers, Michigan State. Okay, at Rutgers is probably be pretty easy. Michigan State, that's a rivalry game. And then right after that, you're at Oregon. Okay, that's probably lost. Then UCLA at home. Again, I think UCLA is going to be pretty good this past year. And then you end the year at Ohio State. So, I mean, like, if you don't even count the Oklahoma game, which is out of conference, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan State, UCLA, I think you'll probably lose one of those games. Indiana, you'll probably lose. Oregon, Ohio State, and maybe even Penn State. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5, maybe even 6 losses. I mean, like 4 losses in the Big Ten, and then I think you probably lose to Oklahoma at home. Maybe you get a win. You're actually favored 1.5 right now, which I think is insane. I don't understand where that's coming at all, but I think Michigan is going to be in it. I know you have Kyle Whittingham, which is a major step up than Sharon Moore, but Bryce Underwood, was 8 for 18 last year and 6 for 8. What was it? 8 for 18, 61, 81 passing yards and an interception against Ohio State this past year. So it's Ohio State's defense, but Bryce Underwood was not very good last year, especially in actual games against Oklahoma, Ohio State. USC was the other one they played. They almost lost to Northwestern too, and Minnesota. Or no, maybe that was the year before. I don't. Did they? Either way, I don't understand why Michigan is at 4. USC at 5. USC. You bring up their Big Ten schedule. It's at Rutgers. That's probably a win. Then Oregon at home in Washington. And at Penn State. I think you probably beat Washington. I think you probably lose to Oregon, and then at Penn State will be tough. I think you probably maybe lose that. Then at Wisconsin. Then you have Ohio State at home, and it's like, oh, that's a loss. But remember, Ohio State's playing at Indiana bye week, then at USC. Ryan Day, I think Ohio State might be drunk coming off a bye week. Ryan Day teams aren't good off of bye weeks. I think you actually might beat Ohio State. I think USC might beat Ohio State. Then a bye week, you get time to prepare, get healthy. Then at Indiana. And then Maryland and UCLA. So we're talking about maybe 3 losses, but 9-3 might get you in the playoff. If you can win one of Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana, even if you're 9-3, I think you're in. So I like USC. I just think USC should be at 4 and should have like plus 800, not plus 1400. Penn State at 6. Again, they're a benefactor of an easy schedule. But either way, this Penn State team is going to be kind of a paper tiger. Maybe they can sneak in the playoff at 10-2. If they can win one of the games, if they can split USC at Michigan, Minnesota at Washington, which means they win 2 out of those 4. They're 10-2. Maybe they get in. It's going to be if I'm a Penn State fan, preseason rankings shouldn't matter. If I'm a Penn State fan, you're probably going 10-2, 9-3. That preseason ranking is really important because if you're high and you go 10-2, you could be sneaking in, but if you're not ranked in the preseason or you're like 25 and you go 10-2, you might not get in without a great win. So the preseason rankings, I think, are going to actually probably determine how Penn State seasons go if they go 10-2. Washington at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 7. They got Damon Williams, but they're losing Jonah Coleman, their running back, and Denzel Boston, their receiver. I think they're going to be buns this year. Iowa, great defense as always, kind of went back. The defense has not been what it was in the past couple of years, but the offense has stepped up. Even without a great tight end, the offense has been somewhat better. But now with the quarterback you're bringing in, he's not going to be very good. You're not Gronowski, he was a senior, he's not coming back. And obviously the thing with Cade McNamara, who would have saw that coming? They didn't punish McNamara for cheating at Michigan, but they punish Iowa when they pull him over. At 9 is Wisconsin, and I don't get why Wisconsin's here. And then UCLA, I think they could maybe, for UCLA, they got to beat at Cal to open up this season. I guess it doesn't really matter, but at Oregon, that's probably a loss. At Michigan, USC. If you win one of those and beat Illinois and Minnesota and Cal and you're 10-2, maybe you can sneak in. But I think there's going to be a lot of clutter of 10-2, 9-3 teams where it's really going to be dependent. I think you might get a 9-3 SEC team over a 10-2 Big Ten team because the bias is still there if that SEC team has better wins. So those are the existing odds and kind of my thought about how good the teams are. If you're asking me who I think is going to win the Big Ten, I don't think Indiana's going to do it. I don't think Michigan is. I don't think USC is. I think it's between Ohio State and Oregon, which is the funny thing. It's supposed to have been the best 2 teams in the Big Ten the past. Oregon's only been here for 3 years, but like the past 5 years, even though Oregon was in the Pac-12, those have been the best 2 teams out of the teams that are now in the Big Ten. Even when they weren't in the Big Ten, it's been Ohio State and Oregon. And yet we have not seen Ohio State and Oregon play in a Big Ten championship. If you want to call the Rose Bowl the Big Ten championship, the actual Big Ten championship, then go ahead. But I definitely think it'll be between Ohio State and Oregon, which will be a rematch of the regular season. It's on the road for Ohio or for Oregon. I think Ohio State probably gets the win. Can Ohio State beat Oregon 2 years in a row? Or I mean, sorry, 2 times in a row? I don't know. I don't know. And so that would make me want to pick Oregon. But man, Ryan Day is such a better coach than Dan Lanning. And they have Jeremiah Smith, plus how bad they played in the Big Ten Championship last year. Do I think Ryan Day is going to win or lose 2 Big Ten championships in a row? I don't know. I guess I'm going to say I guess I'm going to be the homer. I'm going to get a lot of flack. I'll be the homer. Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten championship, but I mean, I could also just say Oregon, but I guess for right now, we'll go Ohio State. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm just picking Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State has not won the Big Ten championship in 5 years. How many years in a row do you think Ohio State's not going to win the Big Ten? It's Ohio State. So I'll pick Ohio State for now. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed today's show. Also, remember, if you were interested for the hot seat debate off, let me know down in the comments if you are interested and what team you want to represent. Big Ten, SEC, Notre Dame, ACC, Big 12, whatever you want. Represent your team on the channel. You'll be in your own video. So just let me know, and then I'll reach out to you. We'll exchange emails. We'll call each other. We'll do a little bit of interview. And then when we try to get I'm trying to get as many people as I can in this. We'll make our selections. We'll pick our representatives, and then we'll have the most ambitious project in YouTube college football history. But again, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you guys all tomorrow. And as always, thank you.